So what happened is I said to God that I want to see Jesus. I lay down, I turned my mom's side on my left side. I turned my mom's side and I immediately turned to my brother's side, and Jesus was right in front of me, sleeping on his side, just like a soldier who stands up straight, just like that, but on his side, completely on his side this way. So he was on his side, just like I was sleeping, he was sleeping. So at that age, for me, I thought he's sleeping. I thought. So I saw him from the back. I saw his back. I saw the back of his head, and the rest of his body. The rest of his body. Let me see if I can see it. Make it clear on the video. The rest of his body was from here, about from here, and the rest down. The rest was covered in a white sheet, similar to a bed sheet, a white sheet. The entire, he was covered, and it was completely covered, like the entire his body, and all the way that sheet was covering the whole thing, going all the way down the side of the bed. His bed was higher than my brother's bed, so my brother was right next to me. So when I saw Jesus' bed was about this much higher. Let me see, I can see on the video. Yeah, it was about this much higher, and I mean, my brother is just like me, at 10 years old we were short, I guess. I don't know how tall we were. Jesus to me was like kind of a skinny and tall. It seems to me a tall, very tall person. I would say, I mean, I panicked so much. As soon as I saw him, I started panicking. I panicked. I was panicking. Panicking, big time. I was panicking. My heart started to beat fast. My heart was pounding like 100 miles an hour. I mean, it was going so fast. It was going to come out of my chest. It was that much. It was really that much. So I looked at him. I looked at, like, from the back. I looked at it all the way going towards his feet. I was panicking so much, like, what am I gonna do? So I turned my mom's side so I don't see him. I flicked the other side to my mom's side. I'm panicking. My heart. My heart was going to come out of my chest. It was. It was that much. So I'm panicking like, what am I gonna do? I wasn't in that thing. What am I gonna do? Suddenly I had this idea. I don't know from where. I just had the idea to turn and to look at him again. So, and I turned. As soon as I turned, he was gone. And as soon as like I saw he was gone, I immediately like it would start to come down. My heartbeat start to come down. I start to come down. I start to come down. And like I'm coming down, I'm hearing some stuff, some other. Something else is going on or something. I don't know. My mom is saying something. All I know is like I see my mom's hand over my head. It's going from this side. My mom is on my left side. Her hand is going over me, is tapping my brother like, calm down, calm down. My brother is like, he's saying some things. He's panicking, I guess. I don't know. He's saying some stuff. My mom is saying like, that's okay, calm down, that's okay, calm down. But I don't like I don't know what's going on. Obviously she's saying in Armenian because we are Armenian. So then slowly later on, I guess he calmed down or something. Then my mom, like after maybe 5 minutes or so, I don't know, not even 5 minutes. Let's say 5 minutes. Like everything calmed down. My mother took both of us. My mother took both of us. My father was in another room. There was no electricity, so he was sitting by himself alone with a candle. He had a candle light up as a light. He was using that as a light. So my mother took both of us to the other room where my father was, and he told my father what just happened. The exact wording I do not exactly recall. I think she was saying that the kids saw, but for me, that he saw Jesus. I don't know if it was then or it was the following days when my mom was telling the story to the neighbor to what happened. Then I learned that my brother, at the same time that right after I saw Jesus, that my brother has seen angels. Later on, my brother said that he saw two angels, two little angels, that they told him to be good or to be quiet or just like be good. We're taking everything a note. Anyway, that's my brother's testimony. It's not my testimony. So I did not see any angels. So hopefully one day we'll be able to do this video again, and my brother will testify his part and I will testify my part. So anyway, so my mother took us to my father, told him what happened, and after that she changed our pajamas to both of us because we were soaking wet. We had sweat so much that my mom says it was soaking wet. Anyway, she changed our pajamas, and eventually we went back to bed. Now, the following days that my mom was telling the story, when she was telling the story to neighbors, sorry, I have to adjust the camera so it will be the best that I can do. When my mother was telling the story to neighbors, I overheard that my mom, during the same evening, right before we go to bed, she was hearing some people singing. So at first she thought that somehow they forgot the radio on. So anyway, maybe I'll cut this part and I'll put it another at the end or something. Let me quickly continue the conversation. So what happened is, my mother, the following days after I saw Jesus and my brother saw angels, my mother was telling the story to neighbors. And when she was saying it, that's what I heard. I overheard her saying it, that during the same night, at the same night, she was hearing a group of people singing right before we go to bed. And at first, I want to be very clear, I did not hear anybody singing. This is her testimony, and hopefully my mother is still alive. She can testify about it. She can tell her story herself on her own. So what happened is, at first she thought that the radio was on, and there's no battery, there's no electricity. The radios are with a battery. Like, you don't want to leave the radio on for nothing, So at first she thought the radio is on. So she got up and she went to check the radio. I actually remember she got up and she was walking. She was going and coming. Well, I don't know. So anyway, at first she thought that the radio was on. So she gets up and she goes, she checks the radio, and the radio is off. So she went and checked if there is anything else on. No, there's nothing else on. She comes back and she sleeps to bed, and again she is hearing some group of people singing. And I think she went up again to check it again, if there was something else, if by mistake she forgot something on. But no, there was nothing on. So she came back and she slept. Well, she came back to get ready to go to bed, and that was the custom. We had to pray before going to bed. So we tell our prayer, and right after, I saw Jesus and my brother angels. But this is her testimony, and she has to say it herself.